What's up, everybody? I thought I would do a little different video today. So I am out in my van doing a clean out, just regular maintenance to keep the inside a little clean here, for all the debris that float into it while the doors are wide open and everything. Periodically it's good to take most of your stuff out and clean it up, especially this floor here. So this way you guys can kind of see my setup too. So this piece over here holds my pre-sprayer in place, so that way I don't have any chemical dropping and making stains or anything on the floor here. Water line on the left, steam lines on the right, or hot water lines I should say. They are hardwired in and they run around the side there of my vacuum line hose. And the other thing that I will never not have in a van is electronic vacuum hose line. And the reason being is because, man, after every job rolling those up, especially if you got 3+ lines out and you got to put them all back away after, even 2 jobs, 3 jobs, it's killer on the arm. Highly suggest getting one if you are looking at getting a van set up. Corner guards, of course. This is just one of my tile wands. I got a spinner also. There's my carpet wand here from Truck Mount Forums, limited edition, with the little heat gauge telling me how much heat I'm getting through. Now, if these running direct to the machine, I only put 3 on here because the average residential job I get never really uses more than 3. And then I have extras, of course, that I put on the side here. I got 2 more right there, so I have plenty. And then I have extras also outside of my van. So I am running a ProChem Everest HP650. This machine's a beast. Highly suggest getting at least something like this if you plan on doing bigger jobs where you can run two wands at once, or 1 wand and an upholstery tool for jobs that you got 2 services going. It's my chemical tank. These are handy too, so you could put your pump sprayers in them and they don't flop around. Very highly suggest getting something like that for organization. But I just thought I'd do something a little different than I normally do. One of the nicest little things. Got this off of Amazon just to put my gloves in, so when I'm dealing with the waste tank and stuff like that and filter and whatnot, I can grab some of those out and clean it out. But I just kind of detailed the whole thing inside, everything that I could get to by hand. Thought this would be kind of something you guys might want to see. But yeah, this machine's a beast. If you're familiar with it at all, you already know that. They did recently put out a new model, the 870, which can do 3 wands, which is pretty crazy. And I think the vacuum power is up higher on that one. I don't know all the specs, but I know you can run it up to 2,500 PSI with hot water, I think is what I last heard from the mechanic over at John Don. He mentioned that when I was over there visiting for my class. And then, of course, I think you can run the chemical at that high too, so that's kind of a cool thing if you're doing concrete cleaning, such as probably even driveways or inside the garage, bare floors type cleaning. So that's kind of a perk. This one gets up to 3,000 PSI, but you have to turn the chemical off before you do that. Otherwise you can blow the line, from what I was told. I don't do that type of work, so it's not very necessary for me. I just needed the power for longer runs, for like commercial work or apartment complexes that you got to run 4 lines or 4 lines, which is 200 feet of vacuum line or more, so that way I could still maintain good suction and extraction power at that point. So that's why I chose this machine at the time. It is just over a year old now. Still runs like a champ. No problems with it to note. And my chemical rack, and one thing I strongly suggest doing is have some brackets made to mount it to the wall. It's only got 4 bolts to the floor when they install it. So when you have them install those, make sure you do some brackets, at least one on each end at the top, to help secure it in. That's always a good thing. That way you don't shake it around and around turns and over undulations or bumps, whatever you want to call them. But just thought I'd show you guys what I got going on. Now I got to put all my stuff back. Normally what I try and do for ease of access, that way it's not a cluster, is put everything in the order you would take it out. So my regular vacuum and my blowers sit right up front here, CRB behind that, and then my carpet wand I usually either rest over the top of this or kind of going down the side leading down to right here. Sometimes putting it like that will have it butt up right against the door here, or the styrofoam block holder, so that way I don't have to worry about it moving around either. You can get mounts to put up on the ceiling of your van or on the side that will hold 2-inch wands, or they have one I think even for 1.5 inch. So if you're running this tile wand here, you can get those. I can't remember the names of them, but I plan on getting some of those to make it easier to hold them. As you can see, I have my rake more or less like that. So that's something that's cool to have. Keep things in place and organized the best you can. And then these are nice to have. And if you got room, it would be cool to put one over here too, if you got some spotter bottles or something that you regularly use. That way they're accessible right there and there when you're taking your stuff in. And that's based off of a Chevy 3500 cargo van, extended cargo van. So if you plan on doing a lot of services, carpet, upholstery, tile, hardwood, I definitely suggest getting whatever van you're going to get in an extended version, so you can make sure you hold everything, especially if you're going to get a big machine like the Everest or something comparable in size. You definitely want to get the extended, and I think if you're in California, you're actually required to get the 3500 model of whatever brand you're going with in order to hold down the Everest. More of a weight issue, I believe. Better suspension and all that doesn't hurt. Well, that's it for this video. I'm gonna finish putting my stuff away, and then it's dinner time. It is time to eat. Oh, one last thing. That light came with the van like this. Highly suggest having one installed. I just got lucky with this van. It's a 2008, but it only had 13,000 miles on it, so I scored big time on this. My wife found it on the internet last minute before we were going to buy a brand new 2017 at the time. So we kind of got lucky. This van hasn't even gotten broken in yet. Still under 40K miles, I believe. Probably about maybe even 30 max. So definitely look out for good deals, because they're out there and they'll come at the right time. This one certainly did. I'm Nolan of Black Diamond Services, and this is my van cleaning day and a little overview of what I got. Thanks for watching.